China, once a beacon of progress, now teeters on the edge of systemic failure. From crumbling buildings made with fraudulent steel to desolate industrial hubs, scorching rural fields, and a populace grappling with unemployment and despair, the nation faces a convergence of crises. The Chinese Communist Party, CCP, scrambles to mask these fractures, but the voices of ordinary citizens, workers, farmers, and the destitute reveal a stark reality. This is a nation unraveling its people, bearing the weight of corruption, negligence, and indifference. A foundation of lies, the fake steel scandal. In Henan's Baizhou city, a shocking discovery has exposed the rot at the heart of China's construction industry. At the sprawling Guoyun Changning District 2 project, steel rebar, meant to be the backbone of a 280,000 square meter residential complex, was so brittle that workers snapped it barehanded. A viral video captured a 50-year-old worker in an MCC Tiangong uniform breaking 4 16mm rebars in seconds, some shattering like twigs, others bending unnervingly. The quality varies wildly. Some bars break instantly, others hold just enough to fool you, contractor Mr. Gao reported, who first raised the alarm last year. Yet MCC Tiangong, a state-owned contractor, produced a test report claiming the rebar met standards. When Gao escalated the issue to Baizhou's Housing and Urban Rural Development Bureau officials, initially dismissed him, insisting the steel passed inspections. Only after relentless pressure did they collect samples, yet they doubled down, declaring the batch compliant. Gao remains skeptical. This project uses tens of thousands of tons of rebar. Did they even test the ones I flagged? The Bureau later smeared Gao, alleging he was fired for poor performance, and posted the video out of spite. Netizens erupted in outrage. Start by investigating who signed off on this junk, one wrote. Others hailed Gao as a hero, exposing corrupt officials profiting from kickbacks. As usual, they'll arrest the whistleblower first. A sarcastic commenter noted, referencing past cover-ups. Some mocked the absurdity. It's not steel, it's a duck neck. The scandal reflects a deeper malaise. These Tofu-Dreg buildings, fragile structures prone to collapse, stem from substandard materials and rigged inspections, a cancer spreading across China's construction sector. This isn't an isolated case. Earlier in 2025, a newly built structure in northern Thailand collapsed during a moderate earthquake linked to counterfeit steel from Chinese firm Xinyuan. Investigations revealed the company used over 7,400 fake tax invoices from 2015-2017, causing financial losses nearing 1 billion baht. More alarmingly, its substandard steel contributed to the disaster, killing lives and raising global concerns about Chinese construction exports. In China, similar tragedies abound. The 2020 Xinjia Express Hotel collapse in Quanzhou killed 29. The 2022 Changsha building collapse claimed 54 lives, and the 2023 Qiqihar Gymnasium collapse killed 11 students, all tied to poor quality steel and shoddy construction. In Shanghai's 2009 Lotus Riverside incident, a 13-story building tilted overnight due to weak materials. These Tofu-Dreg structures are more than engineering failures. They symbolize a system prioritizing profit over safety, deceit over accountability. Citizens live in fear, wondering if their homes or schools can withstand a storm, let alone an earthquake. The elderly climb rusty staircases, workers fear collapsing factory floors, and parents dread sending kids to school, a Henan resident said. The fake steel scandal, now a global concern, underscores a chilling truth. China's infrastructure is a ticking time bomb, endangering lives at home and abroad. Economic devastation. Suzhou's descent into desolation. Once a manufacturing titan, Suzhou now embodies China's economic collapse. Its Kunshan industrial zone, formerly buzzing with Taiwanese firms like Foxconn and Samsung, lies dormant, empty factories, idle machines, and deserted commercial strips. Suzhou's becoming a ghost city, a local lamented. Over 20,000 businesses have shuttered, leaving tens of thousands jobless. Property values have plummeted by up to 60%, erasing life savings. I bought my apartment for 3 million yuan in 2018. Now it's worth less than 1 million a high-tech zone resident, said despair in her voice. Shopping hubs like Guangqian Street and Shilu, once vibrant, are now littered with for-lease signs. Tourism, a lifeline for historic towns like Tongli, has collapsed. Even weekends are dead. Restaurants and bars are closing daily, a shop owner mourned. Unemployment's grip, a nation struggling to survive. Unemployment has become a national nightmare from cities to rural villages. At Qinghu's Longha bus station, a gaunt young woman starving for 3 days begged for 2 yuan to eat, ignored by passers-by. Her plight resonates on platforms like Jiu, where millions ask, with no jobs and crushing debt, how do we live? A blogger noted that debt engulfs all governments, businesses, and graduates. A 3,500 yuan e-commerce job demands a top university degree, age under 30, unpaid overtime, and no benefits. It's illegal, but who can complain? A Xiong'an graduate now, a subway guard said bitterly. The elderly face equal hardship. In Henan, a 70-year-old construction worker earns just enough for a 10 yuan rice bowl meat unattainable. I can't spare 50 cents, he said, voice heavy. Urban layoffs strike without warning. My business collapsed overnight, a shop owner shared. Even government workers feel uneasy. Every meetup is filled with gloom. Only bad news, one said. Scorching reality. Henan's lethal heat wave. Extreme. Weather compounds the crisis. Henan's 2025 summer is the hottest ever, with 128 heat warnings, 71 exceeding 40 degrees. Surface temperatures hit 83 degrees Celsius, cracking roads, warping vehicles, and boiling pond water. In Xinjiang, a farmer grieved, 5 geese died in my pond from the heat. In Xi'an, perceived temperatures reached 50 degrees with 80% humidity, leaving residents feeling cooked alive. My feet burned and my mind was foggy. A Henan local said. Heatstroke deaths are rising in rural areas. Work doesn't save you. It kills you, one noted. Industries buckle under the heat. Power grids strain under air conditioning demand, and machinery fails. Cars and computers are breaking down. I'd be grilled meat too, without salt. A Zhengzhou resident quipped, masking pain. Forecasts predict the heat wave will linger until July 19th, with Henan and Shanxi at its core. Noon is deadly. It'd swallow my dog, and Xi'an, resident said. Social decay. Desperation breeds crime. Economic ruin and brutal heat have pushed many to the edge. In cities, scavenging is rampant. Every 10 minutes, 3 people rummage through one trash bin, a Qinghu resident observed. A former soldier now scavenging said, At midnight, I just need 2 yuan for a bun. Graduates, even with advanced degrees, turn to delivery jobs. Everyone's delivering food, a blogger remarked. Mothers with toddlers brave 40 degrees heat to take orders, soothing crying children. Desperation fuels dark predictions. Netizens warn of a 2025 crime surge, theft, robbery, and fraud. When people starve, laws don't matter, one said. In towns, jobs are scarce. In cities, the jobless return home to nothing. A Suzhou worker earning 16 to 17 yuan hourly for 10-hour shifts asked, How do I feed a family? Graduates face brutal markets. I applied to 500 jobs. It's like throwing them into the sea, one said. Government apathy, concealing the crisis. The CCP strives to hide the crisis's depth. Official claims of 107,000 yuan in average savings are misleading. 82% of deposits belong to 2.5% of the elite, leaving 97.5% with just 13,000 yuan. These stats are meaningless, a resident scoffed. Stimulus policies fail as empty malls and cautious spending reflect distrust. No one feels safe to spend, one noted. Local governments abandon the vulnerable. Qinghu's homeless shelters are now blocked with barbed wire and stones. We used to leave food for them. They're gone now, a resident said. Banks exploit the elderly with high-interest retirement loans. A 67-year-old borrows 90,000 yuan, repaying over 15 years. If they die early, their kids inherit the debt. It's cruel, a citizen raged. Mental collapse. A future without hope. Economic pressure, deadly heat, and government inaction are breaking spirits. Everyone's on the brink, a blogger wrote. In Huzhou, suicides are rising. One leapt from a building at South Station, another threw themselves before a train at East Station. Life's too hard. The future's a dream, a resident said. Graduates feel worthless. We try, but we're told we're nothing one shared. The elderly are hopeless. A 60-year-old Suzhou worker said, no job, no money, eating's a struggle. A 78-year-old added, if there's a next life, I don't want it. Conclusion. A nation at a precipice. China in 2025 is a shadow of its past. Fake steel scandals, economic ruin, scorching heat, rampant unemployment, and government indifference have plunged citizens into despair. From Henan's fragile buildings and boiled geese to Suzhou's jobless workers and Qinghu's starving scavengers, the nation's cracks are undeniable. The CCP may veil the truth, but the people's stories on social media and in the streets pierce through. China faces a historic turning point. Can it forge a path forward, or will it collapse under its own weight? The answer lies with those fighting to survive each day. Share your thoughts below as we continue to uncover China's unfolding crisis.